Hello, dear students. Let's start today's topic. In my last lecture, I taught you about the functions, the first two main functions of entrepreneurship. The first one was, if you remember it, the first one was entrepreneurial functions, and the second one, which we studied, was promotional functions. Now let's focus on the third one, which is called managerial functions. There are several subtopics on it. Sorry. First is planning. An entrepreneur documents a basic idea in the form of business plan to detail each element of the business, such as product or service description, operations, marketing, finance, accounting, growth plan, etc. A business plan serves as a guide to determine the business objectives and the course of action. It helps to detail the what, when, how, and who of doing every specific task. Now, please understand that managerial functions is all about managing your business. So you have the idea what idea will you have the idea to which you want to apply into your business. You know that what kind of business you want to own, where you want to own, what kind of audience you will have. Once you have determined it, then you will make a perfect plan or an effective plan for your business. So this will include everything in a description. The idea you may have in your mind, but now you will convert that idea, that planning, into the paper. What to do, when to do, how to do, and who are the people who will do it for you. So this is called planning. Second, organizing. Organizing is the managerial context, refers to the setting specific and attainable goals and objectives to be achieved by different departments and by each employee. It is about arranging, directing, guiding, coordinating, and controlling the key business activities. So once you have made a plan, now you will organize the task, and you will organize these tasks, or you will stimulate these tasks to different people, or you will provide, or you will assign the task to different employees, that they have to do this task. They have to call these customers, they have to provide services to these customers, they have to do the home delivery to these customers. So any activities could be. So these activities will be assigned by you or by the manager of the company to the employees, so that they can achieve the desired goals. If you have an idea of any multinational company, that how do they operate, so they have different departments. They have finance department, they have marketing department, they have HR department. So each department has got a specific task, and each employee of that particular specific department has got a specific goal to achieve, monthly, weekly, or annually, right? So this is called organizing. Directing is about initiating planned action and ensuring that each employee is performing effectively. This also includes doing continuous performance review and organizing tasks according to the plans. So once you give a task to an employee, now it is a responsibility of the managing director or the manager to look after whether the task is being performed well or not. So if task is not being performed well, the necessary actions can be taken, or the employee can be motivated. So this is called directing. Next, staffing. Staffing refers to different sub processes around human resource management, such as manpower planning, recruitment, selection, placement, training, transfer, salary, promotion, payroll, appraisal, etc. The objective of staffing is to fill a particular position with the right employee at the right time. Now, when you are a manager or you are running a company, so you have to decide what type of employee do you need, how much salary you will offer them, or or what skills what is they need to acquire once they are in once they join your company. Do they require any kind of training or not? How to provide them training? So all these factors come under staffing. So once you own a business, you need employee, you need staff, you need workers to work for you. So it's not like you pick anybody or everybody for your company. You have a selection process. Once they are selected, some may needed to have a training or need to be trained. So you will train them. So this is called staffing. Leadership. Leadership is more of a skill than a function of an entrepreneur, as he or she has to lead, guide, and supervise people who work for the business. It is the process by which an entrepreneur directs, guides, and influences the work of others in choosing and attaining specific goals by mediating between the individual and organization in such a manner that both get maximum satisfaction. Now, if you are an entrepreneur and you there are people who are working for you, now it is your responsibility to look after your employee, to check their progress, to motivate them if they require the motivation. So if you are a good leader, then you have a capability to lead your people, and eventually your company will grow. So leadership is an important part. You can see, if a leader is not corrupt, so the people who are working for him or her will also not prefer corruption or bribes in any case. Even if they prefer it, you will find that those things or those drawbacks will be identified and will be removed. So leadership is important when it comes to run a business. That is why choosing a CEO for a company is a big task, because a CEO is who takes the company from best to worst or worst to best. Communication. An entrepreneur has to communicate every single day in the form of writing, responding, drafting emails, verbal instructions, discussion, etc. It has been established that entrepreneurs spend 75% to 90% of their working time communicating with others. It refers to the exchange of ideas, feelings, emotions, knowledge, and information between two or more persons. Nothing happens in management until effective communication takes place. Now, do you think if you own a business that you have to work? No. If you own a business and you are a businessman, so you have employees who will work for you. Now, what is your role? Your role is to communicate to them what you want, how you want, and they will execute it. So if you are a good communicator, you will get better outcomes. So you will communicate to your employee, you will communicate to your partners, you'll communicate to the customers. So communication is what is important for the leader, for the entrepreneur, so that the ideas can be exchanged, the tasks can be given, and anything can be achieved by the perfect and effective communication. So when you do business, communication is one of the most important factors. Next, supervision. After issuing instructions, the entrepreneur has to see that the given instructions are carried out. Supervision refers to the job of overseeing subordinates at work to ensure the maximum utilization of resources to get the required and directed work done, and to correct the subordinates whenever they go wrong, and ensure each function of the business runs smoothly. So I already told that once you have given a task to them, then the task needs to be supervised. Now it depends on your business expansion. Now suppose your business is very less, I mean, business hasn't expanded, well right till now, then you have maybe say for example 4 workers for you, and you are the boss or entrepreneur. So you don't require, you don't have to hire somebody else who can supervise these 4. You are there to supervise them, communicate them. But when your business will expand, you will need more people. You need workers, ground workers, those who will work. You will need supervisor who will supervise their work. You will need manager who will manage these works, like this. So supervision is there. You can an employee can do it by an entrepreneur can do it by himself or herself, or if the business is large or a huge, the entrepreneur can hire supervisors. Now these supervisors will be higher in rank than the other workers who execute the work, but these supervisors will supervise whether the task is being done or not. So entrepreneur will not ask an employee how much task is done. He will call the supervisor, or he will communicate to the supervisor about the progress of the work. He will get the ideas from there. Then motivation comes in leadership only, but we can put it in different sections. Along with guiding employees, an entrepreneur also plays a role of motivating them and encouraging positive behavior and culture within the organization. Now it is a responsibility of an entrepreneur to motivate the workers. Now during such time of recession, when the company shares are going down, you can understand that how much motivation the company needs, how much motivation the employees of that company need. So motivation should be there to make people to make people to execute some task. So it is a responsibility of an entrepreneur to motivate the employees. It is a psychological process of creating an urge among the employees to do certain things or behave in a desired manner. The importance of motivation can be realized from the fact that the performance of a worker depends upon his or her ability and the motivation. A sound motivational system must be productive, competitive, comprehensive, and flexible, and it must consider all needs of the worker. Now motivation does not mean to give them unachievable task, or to expect something which is beyond reality. Motivation means that if they have assigned a task, if workers have been assigned a task, and if they are failing to do it, then motivate them such a way that they have got urge to complete the task, or they have got urge to finish the task. So in multinational companies, as you know, that money is a good motivator. Money money motivates people. So what they do, for every task that has been executed extraordinarily, or that has been done beautifully, or done over time, or if any employee has gone extra mile to achieve this, so the companies give the worker incentives. Means more work, more incentives. Better the work, better the incentive, so that all of around them may feel motivated. Let's do more work, we'll earn more money. So motivation, there could be many factors for the motivation, that like if a company's worker did well, so the company may offer them a bonus, maybe in any festival or something like this. So motivation works for a company tremendously. Coordination between different departments of the business helps to ensure that work happens in a timely manner. It is essential to channelize the activities of various individuals in the organization for the achievement of a common goals. The entrepreneur has to make sure that the work of different segments is going according to predetermined targets, and corrective measures have to be initialized if there is any deviation. Now, as the in the beginning we said that you need to motivate motivate the motivate the you need to motivate the employees uh, for executing some task. And you know that there are different branches in a business. You have got branches in a business. So when there are different branches in a business, so and the common goal may be similar, like to earn this profit or to earn this much money by the end of this year, but the task has been divided, that marketing will do the marketing, finance will do the finance work, production branch will do the production of these products, whatever it is, uh, customer care department will do this task. So when and there should be there should be the coordination between the departments, so that the targeted goal can be achieved. So for that purpose, the coordination required. And who will make sure the coordination happens? The entrepreneur. Controlling. Sometimes controlling enables the entrepreneur to get his or company's policies implemented and take corrective action if performance is not according to the predetermined standards. The process begins with stabilizing standards of performance, measuring actual performance, comparing the actual performance with the standard, finding variations, and finally taking corrective actions. Now, as an entrepreneur, we said you should motivate your workers, you should lead them, and at the same time you should control them. Any uncontrolled organization can never ever achieve the goals. So there requires a high level of discipline. Sometimes this high level of discipline can also be converted into the exploitation of the employees. But if you are a good entrepreneur, then you will take measures of everything. You will take care of the rights of your employees. You will take care of their needs of the employees when they need to be let free from the work problems and all those things. But as an entrepreneur, you need to have a good control of your workers, so that you can achieve what has been targeted. For that, what you will do? So first, any company makes SOP, standards of performance. They will set what to do, what do's and don'ts. Employee has to do work this way, and they will then also see the actual performance of an employee. If there is a gap between the actual performance and the standard performance, then they will try to fill the gap between the two. So this is called controlling. Negotiations. An entrepreneur negotiates terms and conditions for many parts of the business, such as payment terms and timelines, salaries of employee, vendor quotation, etc. Easy to understand this one. Negotiations, you should be a very good negotiator when you want to do a business. Now suppose there is a deal, a vendor is asking you to pay say 5 lakh rupees money for maybe for a product, then it does not mean that you will just pay 5 lakh rupees to him. No, you will ask him to negotiate the terms and conditions, so that you have to pay less, earn more profit, or you will approach to someone else, some other vendors, so that he or she can provide you the same product at low cost. The thing is that you should negotiate whenever required, right? So negotiation is very much important. It is important for all of us to negotiate terms and conditions whenever required. So this is what we call these all are the managerial functions. D is called commercial functions. I think it is too long to describe everything today, so let's finish here only. At the negotiation, commercial functions will be described on my next lecture. Bye bye, take care. We'll do remaining part on the next one. Okay.